Let's get an update on what's taking place in the commodity space. We have Manisha Gupta joining in fresh and early this morning to tell us what she's tracking. Manisha, morning.
Hi, thank you so much for that. Well, yes, the crude oil price is on the mind because we have seen some gains come back on that, especially for the U.S. crude oil prices. We began the day nearly a percentage point on the higher side. Well, there are reports on higher crude oil prices in 2019. There also is the market's anticipating that with the Libya force majeure from El Sharara could be adding premium to prices. Also, 1.2 million barrels per day of a cut from January will be a step in the right direction in cutting supplies, even as the markets do anticipate that we will be working with 1 million barrels surplus in the first quarter. But remember, the details of the OPEC and the Allies deal is still awaited, and that would come in the month of January as well. So markets really keeping a keen eye on that. Even as the U.S. dollar index is at a one-month highs ahead of the Fed meeting on 17th and 18th, it is really to do with the slowing pace going forward is what is supporting the other metals as well. So you have the gold prices trading at a near 5-month highs. There also is a pickup in the other industrial metals as the U.S.-China plan to start talking on averting a trade war really. So a good start really to the commodity markets where you have the crude and the metals all beginning on a fresh note.
Absolutely. Thanks a lot for that, Manisha. $3 million questions. The first one, of course, what happens with the US-China trade tensions. The second one, what the details of the OPEC and allies meet is. And the third one, who forms the government in Madhya Pradesh. But let's take a look at the cues that came in from the F&O and flows space yesterday. Well, the Nifty recovered about 200 points from the lows. It was important to see the cash market flows. And there we have it. The FII sold 2,400 crores and supported by the domestic institutional investors to the tune of 2,250 odd crores. And it is the highest single-day sale in cash market by the FII since October 11th, 2018. So that is something we need to keep an eye out on. Apart from that, there was selling by the FIIs in index futures as well. This one to the tune of about 636 crores. And FII's long exposure, which at the start of the series was 51%, has now gone to 44%. So that's telling you that 56% of the foreign institutional investor exposure in index futures is on the short side. In index options, there was an equal amount of purchase on the long call side and the long put side. That's telling you the street believes there can be any way the markets can go. However, what was interesting is the put writing that we saw in yesterday's trading session. 31,000 put contracts added on the short side. That's telling you there is a firm amount of support at the downside. Where could that be? Well, yesterday's low will be the key port of call. 10,333 is where the Nifty recovered about 200 points from. And at the higher level, it indicates that maybe, the call writing at 10,600 and 10,700 is telling you that the whole host of daily moving averages that we have, right from the 50-day moving average where the Nifty is right now, 20-day moving average and 200-day moving average, that could be a bit of a hurdle at the upper level, but support at yesterday's low is important.
Okay, all right, Mangalam. So that's basically what is taking place in terms of the F&O space. Just want to point out that the SGX is flattened out as well at this point in time. So remember that it was indicating a red tick, but I think it's absolutely flat.